Welcome back to Money Makes. My name is Callie and today we are going to be making Nutella swirled banana bread. So if you have old bananas lying around, this is the recipe for you. It's absolutely incredible. It's going to be soft, moist, ultra chocolatey, and you are going to love it. So let's get right into it. But before we begin, as always, please remember to subscribe, like, share, chat in the comment section, and follow me on social media for more recipes and additional content. So these are the ingredients that you are going to be using. I have some brown sugar, granulated sugar, some flour, baking powder, baking soda. I have a combination of spices. I'm using some cinnamon, nutmeg, and a little bit of allspice. Anything pumpkin pie spices will do. Ginger, cloves, whatever you have, whatever you like. I have some vegetable oil or canola oil, vanilla, buttermilk, salt, Nutella. You could also use any kind of off-brand hazelnut spread, which actually I'm using in this recipe. It was on sale at the grocery store. Either will do. I have a couple of eggs, one egg yolk. I have some mini chocolate chips here. And of course I have some bananas. The uglier the better. You want some old bananas, mash them very finely, and you are in business. So get your oven preheated to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, which I've already done. And let's do this. So first off, we're gonna take all of our dry ingredients and give them a mix to combine. So that of course includes our flour, baking powder, baking soda, our spices, and to all of those ingredients, I'm gonna throw in some salt. Of course, you're gonna be salting all of your desserts. And I'm just gonna give this a quick mix to get all the ingredients nice and incorporated, which will only take a second. Okay, this looks good. I just made a mess. Sorry about that. And I'm gonna set this aside. And we're gonna work on our wet ingredients, which includes both types of sugar. Into this, I'm gonna throw in my oil, which has a little bit of flour in it. All good. And I'm gonna switch it actually over to my electric whisk, and I'm gonna give this a mix until it's nice and smooth and creamy. Okay, that looks wonderful. So we're gonna move on to our eggs along with the egg yolk. Give this a mix until it's nice and combined. Okay, perfect. So now we're gonna go in with our dry ingredients along with our vanilla and the buttermilk. And you know that this bread is gonna be moist and fluffy from the buttermilk, the oil, and of course the bananas as well. And that's what we're going for in this recipe. Any banana bread that I eat needs to be as soft as a cloud. And I hope that you watch my channel. I hope you're subscribed to my channel and you've already watched my banana bread, just my classic banana bread, or my banana bread, my chocolate chip banana bread, which are both already on my YouTube channel. I'll link them in the description box below, so be sure to check those out as well. So I'm going to mix this until it's nice and creamy, and then we'll finish this up. Okay, this looks great. So next we're gonna finish this off, throw in our mashed bananas, and then give it one last mix to combine, and then after that I'm gonna clean up, and then we're gonna start assembling the banana bread. Okay, so here's how this goes. I have my loaf pan that I just buttered with some butter or nonstick spray lined with parchment paper. And all we're gonna do is add about half of the batter to the bottom of the pan. Just eyeball it, does not need to be perfect, like so. Okay, wonderful. I think that's about half. Maybe I'll add in just a touch more. Okay, this looks good. So I'm gonna set this aside. And then we're gonna grab our Nutella, and I'm gonna throw in some dollops of the Nutella just scattered throughout the top of the batter, like so. So just any which way, just wanna kind of layer some of this on. And the batter of this, it tastes so good, by the way. When I'm filming, it takes all of my willpower not to just eat this right now. So I'm just gonna continue adding some of the Nutella. Okay, this looks good, and I know it looks a little messy, but you just have to trust me, it's gonna work. So I'm gonna set this aside for just a second, and I'm gonna add the remainder of the batter all over the top, like so. Just kind of spread it out as evenly as you can. Okay, so you can kind of see some Nutella poking out on the top, so I'm just gonna spread the batter over it. And by the way, it doesn't matter if some of it is spreading, it's totally fine. So see, you can still kind of see some of the Nutella, no big deal. So next, what I'm gonna do is take my knife, and I'm just gonna make 1 or 2 large swirls down the loaf pan. And the key to making a really good swirl is to not over swirl. And it's really tempting to kind of go a little crazy and, you know, wanna keep making just a million swirls, but the more you swirl, you risk losing the actual swirling effect, and it's still gonna taste great, but it's not gonna have that really marbled look to it. So I'm gonna do one more small swirl, and that's it. Stop there, as tempting as it is, because it is kind of satisfying. So now, if the Nutella wasn't enough, we're gonna add over a bunch of mini chocolate chips over the top, which is optional. You don't have to add this, but I am. Why not? It's delicious. We've already come this far. And this recipe is great if you want just like a little bit more of an indulgent banana bread. Who's gonna say no to that? So it's one of my faves. And I just love using the mini chocolate chips on top. I don't know why. I mean, I guess you could use the big ones, but I always like the little ones. Okay, this looks fantastic. So next, I'm gonna pop this into my 350 Fahrenheit preheated oven for about 50 minutes to 1 hour. I would check on it at the 50-minute mark. It usually takes me a little bit longer to bake than that, but everyone's oven is a little bit different. So check at the 50-minute mark. You'll know when it's done once you insert a knife or skewer into the center of the banana bread and it comes out clean or with a few crumbs. You may, of course, have some chocolate, some Nutella that is gonna stick to the knife, but you don't wanna see any of the batter. So again, 50 minutes to an hour until a knife or skewer inserted into the center comes out clean or with a few crumbs. And then after that, once this is done baking, you wanna let it cool, and then I'm gonna give you a close-up of just how absolutely incredible this Nutella swirl banana bread really is. As always, for the full written recipe and instructions, head to my blog, moonymixrecipes.com. I'll put the link to that in the description box below. Click on the link, the recipe will come right up, and make this Nutella swirled banana bread. I promise you're gonna love it, and let me know what you think because I'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.